Hey guys, Ron here. Did another one of my searching the want ads in the marketplace and came up with another good trade. I was able to get this Sabertooth 990 FX motherboard, which is like a mil-spec motherboard in its day. It's not that old. This thing was an awesome piece back in when it was new. It's still a current, and it's still a viable product. DDR3, mil-spec. It's got a special dashboard on the BIOS, and it's got 7 or 8 or maybe 9 sensors for temperature in different zones and different components. I got that with an FX, I think it's an 8350 CPU, no GPU, this has no graphics, and 16 gigs of Dominator. For a trade of some stuff that to me was worth, stuff laying around. GoPro camera and a couple of things, so an older one. So it was a good trade. I'm going to actually build this system. I'm going to bench test it first. Then we'll put it in a nice case because I think it could be a really badass system. All right, guys. So that's today's adventure. It's almost a week of Thanksgiving. So this is my Thanksgiving project. A mil-spec board. Got some high-end drivers. Pretty intense. But I love getting this stuff. I wouldn't go out and, just on Newegg and Amazon, these are still like $229. It's not like these $79 boards like the B350s today that you can buy. So it was a really heavy piece of equipment. Alright guys, so we're going to bench test this and get it powered up and see what we got. And by the way, it's 16 gigs of memory. Alright, 1600 speed. So it's an FM3 Plus socket, and it comes with, this thing comes with a really nice I/O shield. It comes with this nice setup for doing the front panel connectors. Instead of the loose wires with just little connectors, it's got a nice jumper set. Some standoff screws, which I'm not quite sure what these are for. And a USB to USB 3 jumper. I don't know what that is either. I have to look that up. Comes with old school drivers that nobody uses anymore. The warranty, the certificate of reliability, that's reliable, and then the massive manual. This thing is huge. Alright guys, so we'll get to this eventually, project number 800, and we'll go from there. But this board is still $179, and the cheapest I find it now was like $299 new, and of course 16 gigs of memory, still $200, $175. So it was a good deal for me. So I had to put a cooler and a fan on the Sabertooth, and I only had the backing plate, did not have the brackets. So I took one of these old boards I had laying around, and I removed the plastic bracket and transplanted it to plastic push-in buttons to the Sabertooth, which now doesn't have a backing plate but has the nylon fasteners on the back. And I got the fan on there, which is good, and I got the memory in there. So next we got to get a power supply. So that's what you have to do sometimes, make some modifications. I had all these fans laying around, none of them would work, I had none of the correct brackets. But I went through my old board collection. That's why I collect all this junk sometimes. It's a wealth of spare parts. Supply hooked up, memory's in, and CPU coolers in. And that was the plate I had to remove to change over to the one-piece plastic snap-in. And this doesn't have any graphics. I'm going to have to hook up a graphics card. It's got HDMI out. It's pretty decent. I'll install that so we can get HDMI audio and video out on the same cable. And first we'll see if we get the BIOS going and check that out. So stand by. So we got this card in, and this little green LED came on with power. I haven't keyed it up yet, but that's next. So let's check her out. And now it's hooked to this monitor HDMI. Alright guys. Okay guys, so I had to put a VGA card in there to start, to get her up and running. Got the BIOS running, and it was a trip. I had to do a couple of, tweak the BIOS and reflash it and do a couple of things. But now I know she's up and running, I'll be able to get an HDMI card in there in a good slot, and get off the BIOS and set up a bootable drive and go from there. I left the lights low because it's got a nice LED on the old power supply. It's got nice lights on there. It's got some nice features. It's got a memory OK switch that will optimize memory and do things like that. So I had to use an old VGA card to get her up and running to start. And then we'll go from there. But loading Windows onto this old drive, plugged into this system. Windows came off with this USB, and she's loading up. There's the wireless dongle back there. And we'll see what happens. Should be good. Alright guys. Okay guys, so I added the VGA card and I added an HDMI card and loaded Windows. And so the HDMI is now working through there. I don't know if it's going to work on the BIOS, but this thing's coming together pretty good. So I think we're good. I'm going to keep working it and we'll see what we got. And that's the audio coming through the HDMI.